Yeah. So we spoke about the أسباب الرخص, the reasons for رخصة. Azeema is the whole religion. Generally, the Azeema is the religion. Understand? Everything that is obligation or it's haram is Azeema. Now we spoke about the different. We spoke about the reasons for رخصة. Then now is أنواع الرخص. The type or categories, the رخص, the type of رخص. He says رخص goes back to 3. جيد? Okay. He said the رخص goes back to 3 types. It's 3 types. The first is making the محرم, which is haram, إباحة المحرم لعذر الضرورة. Making haram and making halal what is haram for necessity. You see, and to it goes back the قاعدة, the قاعدة, the rule that says الضرورات تبيح المحظورات. Okay? ضرورة is necessity. تبيح المحظورات. محظور is the haram. So the necessity makes what is haram halal. This is a rule in fiqh. It's called like this. الضرورات تبيح المحظورات. And it's taken from the Quran and from the Sunnah. It's taken from the Quran. قد فصل لكم ما حرم عليكم إلا ما اضطررتم إليه. So what you have been pushed by necessity, it is halal.
But this phrase here, the fuqaha made it.
Yes. الضرورات تبيح المحظورات. رحمك الله. So generally we can't say anything that in this قاعدة that contradict the ayah or the general rules of Quran, yeah? Which is necessity, it makes haram halal, haram halal. مثاله, I said the example of it, التلفظ بكلمة الكفر, saying the word of kufr at the time of ikrah. Ikrah, when someone is being, you know what the word ikrah is? Ikrah, it comes, ukriha is like someone has been forced to. He's not given the choice. So he doesn't like has the choice. He has, it comes from word karaha, which is he hate. So he hated, but he still does it. You understand? لا إكراه في الدين. You can't force people to adopt the religion. You understand? That is a general rule, but that is you can't take it as general. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. 5:15 صلينا. So now here people might say there is a difference when we speak. خلاص صلينا نعم 5:15. There is a difference between the ikrah and the darura. Darura is not, we say, they say ikrah is the what a person might, when a person forces you. So they call it like this. They say ikrah is فعل الإنسان في غيره. What a person causes another person to do. But ضرورة is not, they call it the فعل الله في الإنسان. It's like what Allah, it's when you are hungry, it's not like someone else made you hungry. That is ضرورة. When you are sick, it's not, even if someone make you sick, but then now that you are sick, you need to take haram to relieve yourself from the pain. That is darura. But it is ikrah is when someone else forces you to do something and you are supposed to do it while with what we call you hate it but you still do it. You understand? There is no reason to believe that you have to hate. Let's say someone has lost every food. He likes alcohol and he likes a pig, the swine, like ham, and then he likes it normally, and then he can't find any halal food, so he has to eat them, and he is happy that this opportunity came. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing, you can say nothing about it.
He can't find halal food.
Yes, he can't find halal food, and then the opportunity came. Oh, now there is ham and there is alcohol, which is haram generally, but then it becomes halal to him.
For example, someone in Russia, one Muslim, he lives with a lot of kuffar.
Yeah.
And just khamr and bacon all over, and you can't find it. No Muslims, no halal food.
No, but there is water, to drink, and no halal food. There is bread, but let's say he's in the middle of the desert, or in the middle of the jungle, and he finds someone who can't offer him anything except where there is no water, there is nothing.
He's hungry to death.
Yes, hungry. So all he finds, or he is in prison, and the food that there is, okay, they say there is no food. There is ham, there is this kind of a drink which is haram. So what had he, and he is happy. Oh, this okay, like it's occasion for me to eat it, but he likes it. It's halal for him then, and there is nothing wrong with loving halal, and at the time it's halal for him. You understand? And as long as he knows the limit, draws the limit, because you don't eat these things except for necessity. When you have eaten enough, then it's not necessity anymore. So as long as he does, but ukriha, it looks like you do it, but you have to hate it. You understand? Like someone is pushing you to say something, a word which is kufr. Or you don't say, oh, this is my occasion. Huh? Like
you're Muslim.
Yeah, if you say it happy, you don't. So that is the difference. He is saying here, he put darura and ikrah together. You understand? However, the Quran refers to ikrah إلا من أكره وقلبه مطمئن بالإيمان. The one who does kufr, except when his heart is مطمئن بالإيمان. So if he is happy, he's not. Someone was told insult the Prophet, and he's insulting him. Oh, this is not finish. That he is not Muslim anymore. He has to say it and hate it in the same time. He wished that he didn't say it. But when it comes to this haram, and there is nothing to show that it is. So the terms that Quran used for the Muharram, of course, ikrah, you can call it darura. You understand? Because you have been pushed to say it. You understand? But you can see the difference between them. Sometimes, what we say, probably someone might say every ikrah is darura, but not every darura is ikrah. Understand? So he should have put them separate, because ikrah is not darura. So he says also, the way Allah says, فَمِنَ الضُّرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. Whoever has been pushed by necessity, غَيْرَ بَاغٍ, as long as he's not a baghi. Baghi is someone who is unjust. وَلَا عَادٍ, عَادٍ is same thing, the word عاد. However بغي is ظلم. However اعتداء عاد might be crossing the limits. You understand? So as long as person is not baghi or عادي فلا إثم عليه.
You see, when he says ضرورة, did he say he has to hate the bacon, and what did he say he has to?
Where he says?
When he's pushed to, when he's.
Allah says in the Quran.
No, the right.
No, he doesn't say anything. He just say the rukhsa goes back to 3. One is making halal what is haram for ضرورة. And then he gives this example. He say, for example, saying the word of kufr at the time of ikrah, and eating the dead meat and the meat of a swine, and drinking alcohol for necessity. So he mentions the ikrah at the beginning and necessity here. And Allah says, he mentioned the dalil in the Quran, قَدْ فَصَّلَ لَكُمْ مَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ إِلَّا مَا اضْطُرِرْتُمْ إِلَيْهِ. It has been mentioned in details to you what is haram for you, except at time of necessity. And the second is إباحة ترك الواجب. The second is the إباحة of ترك الواجب. Okay, making what? Obligation. No, making halal, leaving the wajib. Okay, so إباحة المحرم, إباحة of haram, and now إباحة is making haram halal, and making the leaving of obligation halal. It's an obligation to pray.
Yeah.
Understand? In a certain way. So it's an obligation. So it is haram not to do the obligation.
Yeah.
So it will become halal not to do the obligation in some time, as a rukhsa.
Yeah.
You understand? So إباحة المحرم, it's true when you say it's إباحة of محرم, it covers also إباحة of leaving the wajib. You understand?
So fasting, for instance.
For example, fasting, it is an obligation.
Then, when you're traveling.
No, that is should not making halal. Here, what he is talking about has إباحة ترك الواجب. He might mention the fasting in it. So it is halal to not fast, but he should put them together. He should put them different, because there is إباحة ترك الواجب. There is 2 different categories here. One, you do it because it's a necessity. So it is haram generally not to fast. It is haram not to fast. If you can't, then it's halal you follow. So it comes قد فصل لكم. It still should come under the first category, because it is, even though fasting is an obligation,
Yeah. It's haram
not fasting is haram.
But
But you are sick, then it is halal.
Yeah.
So it's not different.
Wajib comes under that.
Yeah, no, it comes under this, because leaving the wajib is haram, but he makes a difference because this is haram and this is wajib. You understand? You see, when we say amr and nahi, every amr is obligation, every nahi is haram. But the truth is, every nahi
Obligation.
every nahi is amr, isn't it?
Naha Rasulullah.
Yeah, nahi is an order, no?
Yeah.
Nahi is an order. When someone, see, there is eat, this is amr. Don't eat, this is nahi.
Yes.
But this is also amr. don't eat is an order not to eat. You understand? Also, when we say making haram halal for necessity, making obligation, making the leaving of obligation halal. Understand? But you can see the difference between you don't have to fast because of necessity. That is a rukhsa. But you have also another rukhsa. Don't fast if you are traveling or sick. That it has nothing to do with the necessity. Because he accepts, like everybody accepts, that if someone is traveling, he can not fast. He doesn't have to fast, even if it's easy for him. So you have to make the difference between this and this. One is you can't. Yeah, you can't. So where you can't, actually it will be haram for you to do it. I mean, if someone is fasting and he dies, he killed himself. If he has been given if he has been told you fast, you die. His condition doesn't accept. But that is different from if you are sick, or let's say a woman is pregnant. Now she is not sick, but she has been told that the baby she is carrying, if she fasts, it will harm him. Now, this is not a woman who is sick. Pregnancy is not sickness. But she must not fast.
For a child.
For the child. It's haram for her to kill someone who depends on her. Yeah? So, he say example, ترك القيام في الصلاة للعاجز مع فرضه. It's example of إباحة ترك الواجب is someone leaving the standing in the salah because he can't. And he gives the example, the hadith from Imran bin Hussein. He said, I had bawasir. Bawasir is varicose. Bawasir is what they call it, varcosis. You see, mostly it comes with women. They have some vein here, blood.
Old people have it. Old women.
Old women, yeah. They get this blood vessel here. They dead, so the blood stays there, because the blood becomes. So he says, I asked the Prophet regarding it. He said, pray standing. If you can't, then while sitting. If you can't, then lie on your side. He mentions also fasting in Ramadan for the musafir. Yeah? Fasting in Ramadan for the traveler and the sick. Allah says, وَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى. Whoever is sick or traveling can do it, should do it in other days. So that is a rukhsa as well. So, but this is difference between this and this. This is for necessity. This is for this is because he can't, and this is because just rukhsa like that. Both of them can be called rukhsa. He says, Allah says, the Prophet said, إِذَا أَمَرْتُكُمْ بِأَمْرٍ فَأْتُوا مِنْهُ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. If you order you to do something, do whatever you can. He says, the third is تصحيح بعض العقود, considering some عقود, some agreements to be halal or sahih, right? Even though the conditions are not met, so it will be easier for people. He said, for example, the permission of selling selm or salaf. You understand? Like lending food for food, some kind of food, like, you understand? He said making them halal even though it is haram. Generally the salam is haram. Like lending food. I lend you dates now and then you give me some later. You understand? Or I lend you food generally. So generally it will be haram. But the Prophet said, من أسلف في شيء معلوم من أسلم ففي شيء, whoever lend in anything ففي كيل معلوم, it has to be in a known measure, ووزن معلوم, also a known weight, إلى أجل معلوم, to a specific period. So this is how you have to lend things.
I lend you 20 kilograms of...
Yes, it has to be, yeah.
And I want it back by this day.
You lend me 20 kilograms of apples. Yeah, it has to be measured and weighed, you understand? And then to a specific time. I have to return the same. You understand? We have to agree to return the same. So generally this is halal because the hadith of the Prophet that says it is halal, it is allowed. You understand? So there is nothing wrong with this because it's not, he say this example should not be he say this is selling of what doesn't exist yet. You understand? You are selling. The fuqaha comes with the rules from nowhere, and then they say, oh, this is like, there is hadith that the Prophet has forbidden the selling of something that doesn't exist.
What does that mean?
Something doesn't exist yet. I will sell you the fish, but I don't have the fish yet. It's still in the sea.
Okay.
You understand? So I sell you 20 kilo of fish, and then after you bought it from me, I go and get it. You understand? So I am selling you something that I don't have yet.
Yeah. It's not your property yet. It's not your...
I don't have it yet to sell it. But then here is, the Prophet called it aslafa, and there is a difference between selling and salaf. Salaf is in a way selling generally. If I give you £1,000 now, to give me £1,000 later, I sold you £1,000 for £1,000 later, after a year.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, when I sell you, if I sell you fish, then it's different.
Fish that you have.
If I sell you fish that I have, no problem. But if I sell you fish that's in the sea, is different. The fact that there is hadith that says the Prophet has forbidden the selling of something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
All this hadith that says naha an bay' al-gharar, habl al-habula, all this hadith, naha, the Prophet has forbidden, the Prophet has forbidden, the Prophet has forbidden. You understand?
Without saying, without saying.
No, but the thing is, it is haram to take money for something that you don't know what you are taking, or that is general. But now I know what I am taking. I am giving you a 20 kilo of potatoes, measured and weighted, and then to a specific time. You just give me the same. Otherwise, lending will be haram. That is what we call lending, you know. We go inshallah to this into details when we speak about fiqh. He said also عقد الاستثناء, the agreement of the industry to working for someone. I give you, for example, I pay you for something that I have not of istithna. You build a house for me, and I pay you so and so. Now we have made an agreement here, but you have done nothing yet. You have nothing to give me. I pay you to build a house for me. You understand? So we make an agreement. I am selling from you, I am buying from you something that you don't have yet. You have not built the house. You understand? So generally they will say this is buying something that you have not seen, buying something that you don't know. You understand? The thing is, when you rent a person, when you buy from this person, you buy from him whether his work, or you buy from him his time, which you know.
You pay him for his time.
Yeah, pay him for the time that he is working to do. You give him a condition which is in the book of Allah, because rent is buying, is when we say وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ, renting is selling and buying. So that is not it's halal. If you call رخصة everything halal, yeah, that's fine, because أحل الله البيع, يعني اسمين رخص الله البيع. رخصة, it comes from رخيص, easy, cheap. The word رخيص, you understand, something that is easy to get. So this example here that says that الإذن في بعض العقود مع اختلال ما تصح بها, this is wrong, because this عقود are صحيح in the book of Allah. That's for it's halal.
He said these conditions are not.
He say making some عقود, some condition, some covenant, some agreements صحيح, even though it doesn't meet the full conditions. Who made the conditions? Allah. And these conditions in this place here, either he says that Allah made the conditions but we are not going to follow them, it will be haram, or he say he did not make these conditions. Since he has not made these conditions, then why you say making the uqud sahih even though there is no full conditions? You understand? The full conditions are there. Okay? So that sometimes they talk nonsense, these people. Now we take the different categories of taking rukhsa. Taking the rukhas shar'iyya, it's different. Sometimes it is mubah, it's halal. Sometimes it is mustahab. Sometimes it's an obligation. So it is he says, it's 4 different categories. Okay? So he says it is sometimes mubah, sometimes nadb, sometimes mustahab, sometimes is mandub. So he says it is 4 different. Yeah. The truth is he should say 3, because mubah or mustahab or obligation. But because when it's mustahab, no, it's mubah, mustahab and obligation, that is 3. But when it's mustahab, it's when you have the choice. Mustahab, sometimes mustahab to take it, sometimes mustahab not to take it. Understand? So the first, I say تخيير بين أخذ الرخصة وتركها. Sometimes giving the choice whether to take the rukhsa or leave it. Example, not fasting for the traveler. At the time when there is when fasting or not fasting is the same for him. In that's then he can either fast or not fast with no problem. Is the same. The way Hamza bin Amr al-Aslami told the Prophet, should I fast in the travel? And he used to fast a lot. He said, if you want, fast. If you don't want, don't fast. Okay? So that is wrong here, because fasting for the traveler, if we take this hadith, then he has the choice. If we take the other hadith, it's better not to fast. Yeah, this hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. If you want, fast. If you don't want, don't fast. And if you take the hadith of Muslim, it says it's better to fast. You understand? It doesn't mention anything about if you can or you don't can. It's the same. Fasting or not fasting will be the same for you. It doesn't mention all this. Okay? So he said the second is taking the rukhsa will be better. And he gave example, shortening the salah in the traveler. He said it is rukhsa. But the Prophet used to do it all the time. There is no hadith sahih that the Prophet prayed fully at all during the travel. So he said the fact that he did it all the time shows that it is better to take the rukhsa. Okay? So that is also not right, to take the fact that the Prophet did it all the time to say that it is better to do it. You understand? There is no difference between the rukhsa of travel and the rukhsa of fasting. It is always better not to fast and to take the rukhsa. If we take the hadith of Muslim, هي رخصة من الله فمن أخذ بها فقد أحسن. And there is no, you don't check whether it is easy. You don't say it's easy, I take it. It's not easy, I don't take it. The reason why the Prophet did pray, some people might say the reason that the Prophet used to pray 2 rak'ah and not pray full, when actually he was fasting during the travel, that fasting for him during the travel or is not for everybody is rukhsa. Yeah, it's better not to fast. For him, especially for him, is different, because we know that he was allowed and it was good for him to fast more than 1 day in a row. It was his occasion, he is away from his wife, so probably, you understand, and to can fast continuously, so you don't take any hukum. As for the prayer, he also, we know that he used never to pray alone, he always pray jama'ah. And if he pray full, he will not be only praying for himself, he will, praying less is better than, it's easier than praying full. So he will also consider the other people behind him. So you can't take hukum, it's better for him. No, actually he always, when he has the choice, he will take the easiest option because of other people. not because of himself. And for the prayer, it's always because other people are with him. You understand? So he said this is the madhab of the majority of the ulama, that praying is better because the Prophet used to do it all the time. Contrary to those who say it's an obligation, such as the Zahiris, and because the Zahiris and the Ahnaf, they don't say it is, they say it, we say you have to pray 2 rak'ah. It's not mustahab, it's an obligation, Azeema. Okay? The third, he said تفضيل ترك الرخصة. It's better to leave the رخصة. For example, احتمال الأذى في الله. He said supporting the harm for the sake of Allah. For someone who has been ordered to say the word of kufr with his tongue, if he want to, he can take the rukhsa. Yes, he can say the rukhsa. If he is patient and take it,
he does shahid. He does shahid.
What?
If he takes it, he takes the rukhsa.
Yeah, and he says it, and they kill him for that, it's good. If even if they kill him or if they torture him, that is better. You say this is what the Prophet have done, and a lot of their followers. Of course, now this shows you the difference between ikrah and the difference between darura, because he put them in what category? It is haram for a person to not eat haram food which is at the time halal for him, when there is no other food. But if someone is being told, say this word, insult the Prophet or I will kill you, you understand? He is not killing himself. You understand? Someone else is going to kill him. So he's not killing himself really. If he refuses to say it, is fine, because he's not killing himself. But if the food is there and he doesn't want to eat it, then he is, you understand? So you see the difference between ikrah and darura. However, if there is a hadith here that these people rely on, this hadith is from Ammar ibn Yasir, and it's the narration of his son Muhammad, and he is unknown. His son Muhammad is unknown, and this hadith is what Ahmad ibn Hanbal tried to use against those people who say Quran is makhluq. He said, Allah says إِلَّا مَنْ أُكْرِهَا, and they mentioned this hadith from Ammar ibn Yasir, Ahmad ibn Hanbal. He says that Ammar ibn Yasir was beaten. You have been threatened to be beaten. You understand? Threatening to be beaten. You don't understand? It is an ikrah. If someone threatens you, he is, I'm going to beat you. Ahmad ibn Hanbal was telling them, when Ali ibn Madini said, I said Quran makhluq because I was told that I will be beaten if I don't say it. He said, no, it's not enough. You have to be beaten first, then, understand, until you say it. And he said, Ammar ibn Yasir, there is a story that's da'if from Muhammad ibn Ammar ibn Yasir, that his father said the kuffar of Quraysh killed his mother, and they told him to insult the Prophet or they will kill him. So he insulted him. They beat him, and so he insulted the Prophet, and then they let him go. This story is daif. But at the end of the story, he came to the Prophet crying, and he said, I did so and so. The Prophet said, if they do it, if they come back, do it again. In adu fa'ud, like if they come back to you, say it again. Without me. Now if that hadith was sahih, then it will be an obligation. But that hadith is daif.
because of
Muhammad ibn Ammar ibn Yasir. Well, and it's mursal as well. He didn't say that his father told him. Now, so that is if that hadith was sahih, which the majority take it to be sahih, then it will be against them to say it is better not to do it when the Prophet is ordering to do it. But the hadith, because it's da'if. And the other thing, you don't say, oh, if Ahmad ibn Hanbal say, if they threaten to beat you, then you have to wait until they beat you. What if they threaten to kill you? Do you wait until they kill you? No? So the fourth thing is wujub al-akhd bil-rukhsa. The fourth is like an obligation to take the rukhsa. And he give example, eating of the dead meat to keep alive. He say because the tahrim of Maita is haram because of it is harmful. So because the meat of Maita is haram because it's harmful. Yeah. Allahu Alam. What if it's not harmful anymore? What if someone knows he has been eating it all his life and it works for him? Now, he say now it became. He said it is originally haram because it kills you, like it's harmful. Now it became halal because it is. He say now it is the only way to keep alive. The reason is but now it's the opposite. Now if you don't eat it, you are going to die. So he said, and to take the small, to do the small harm, to push away the big harm. Like, okay, eat the dead meat, it's harmful, but the big harm is to die. You understand? So this is how they understand the religion of these people. He said, Allah says, لا تقتلوا أنفسكم, don't kill yourselves. What if someone says, what if dead meat? This dead meat is not harmful. I mean, can you say that Bismillah? When you may say Bismillah, it will change anything in the way the dead meat is? Like someone is slaughtering and someone is slaughtering in the same way. You understand? And this meat that this person is slaughtering is sick. The animal that he slaughtered is sick. There is nothing to suggest that if you eat it, you will die. I mean, you go to Pakistan, because of the way their animals, they send them in the street and they eat. You understand? The animals, they don't have, in the cities especially, they go and you see these goats, they eat paper, they eat, sometimes the animal is dying and they slaughter it just because, before it dies. And then of course, because before it dies, you slaughter it in the, say Bismillah, it's halal. No? Now, when you generally, I remember when you slaughter an animal, in a sheep or a goat in Pakistan, the liver and I don't know, the liver and the place where, like, what you call it, from where they breathe.
Yeah.
I don't know what, the lungs are like paper. It's like carton. It's so weird. Like, I know because we used to slaughter animals in Algeria. So I can see the difference, that this is sick. No, it's sick. You can see sick. Like when you see it, you know that there is problem with these animals. Like most of their animals are like that, sick, and sad, because they don't care about their animals. They just no. But it's not. There is nothing to suggest that it is haram, like it will kill you or anything. Now, I have that animal, someone slaughtered it, Bismillah, and something came from Britain, very healthy. If there is a small problem, they will throw it away. But they didn't say Bismillah. This is healthy. This is not that healthy. But this is halal, Bismillah, and this is not. So, according to him, we have to buy from Tesco because, yeah, according to this man, we have to take if you are in Pakistan, meat imported from England, we have to go and buy it because it's definitely halal. No, that is, he says, because according to his understanding of religion, Allah makes things haram. According to, for haram, if there is harmful or they are not harmful. So, the eating of maita is halal because it is, it's a eating of the maita for someone who is pushed by necessity is an obligation, because it is haram for him to kill himself, while there is something halal for him to eat, and that is halal for him. And don't kill yourself, but going around or these bushes and doesn't make sense. Yeah, just talking nonsense. Okay, still with the rukhas, it will be the added for the rukhas. Just he will mention some when it is possible, when it is not taking the rukhas, or just taking the rukhas or not.